Alright, guys. We've got the big best of 7 playoffs match here between two players who are fighting for the fast track to the semis. They both won their groups. They have not dropped a series just yet in the tournament, which means they have 1 extra life. And this is where that life gets used up. Even if you win this match, you get a fast track to the semis, but from then on, it is sudden death, right? You only get that extra chance in this round to get that fast track to the semis. Loser of this will have to play against the winner of Mana and Bunny. And the winner of this will, of course, be going through to face Serral, right? Is it Serral? I think it's Serral on this side. No. Yeah. Winner of this match, I think, faces Serral. I think it's the loser who faces Dark if they can win the following matchup, just to think about how that bracket goes. But Clem, of course, and Hero have so much history together. Massive best of 7 in PiGFest 5. Incredibly tight best of 7. Went to the final map, and Clem ended up barely taking Hero down there. If we go back to the big previous series before that, obviously there was Clem against Hero. Back in EWC, I mean, there's been other big online tournaments as well, but EWC was a 4-0 with Clem over Hero. It was a very Terran-favored map pool. Clem was obviously in the form of his life. But despite that, even though it was 4-0, it was a very competitive 4-0, right? It was 2 aggressive players fighting for map control late last year in that World Championship. And basically neither side was willing to give up ground at all at any moment in the entire series. At the end of the day, Clem eventually, just because he just didn't get tired, it felt like every time these guys play, if it's enough of a mechanical brawl, at a certain point, Hero, because he's so chaotic and disorganized, he can't keep it up as long without making huge mistakes. On the other hand, he's more dynamic strategically than Clem, I would say. You know, Hero throws a lot of crazy builds out. And what's interesting is this is a normie expand for Hero, and it's going to be a gold base for Clem. This is Talisman, first time it hasn't been vetoed so far in PiGFest 6. See, Clem's already mining these minerals so he can reinforce down here, and it looks like he's going to go for probably an early Cyclone, I would imagine, with that slightly delayed command center off the double gas build. Shield battery, as well as a second Stalker here, or, sorry, 1 Adept, 1 Stalker, and yes, it is indeed a second Stalker. Look at the scouting here. Just blocks off the Reaper path to jump up, and super chill, sitting at home, hiding his intents in this game. Now, there's an opening there, and a big opening there, but really odd gateway pylon battery placement, isn't this, guys? This is very Hero, isn't it? You're just kind of looking at this and you're going, that pylon is powering 2 important structures. It's incredibly exposed. It's not a full wall. It's just kind of some buildings haphazardly thrown at the front. Holy Artosis pylon. Robo's going down on it as well. I really hope another pylon gets built here at some point, guys. But yeah, the reason he built the Twilight here is to deny the scouting, chat's pointing out. So if he jumps up there, you can see the tech here potentially, especially if he bounces himself inwards. Whereas he'll need to run right up to the pylon. And whilst he can do that, it would mean a dead Reaper if he takes that choice. Now, was there a Cyclone? Yes, there was. Cyclone is up. Marines are pumping. Tank and Medevac coming as well. Looks like Clem wants to go for that really early push where he's going to try and siege up a tank either here or over here. That pylon being so exposed could get Hero in trouble, but he's got a third gateway. He's got a Robo. And the Adept comes in, shades backwards. Got some very good information gathering going on as the Reaper dances around the right side. He's going to poke that up to the high ground. Doesn't really see much. Clem pokes in, and then he's going to bounce himself in, but doesn't actually work. So he does have to just run away, and that's probably good because he did just force 2 more Stalker weapons. But this has pulled Hero's attention away, and that does allow you to push across this map potentially. The minerals mine out. Marine's not coming forward, and no. Okay, Clem's not going to overcommit. I thought Clem was going to try and rally across the map and whatnot, but he's chilling, building a second barracks, making a second siege tank, Depot on that left side. And he is looking to just take advantage of this half gold expansion, get some minerals, see what he can make of it. Reaper's going to go down first. Oh, okay, yeah, Blink is. I was like, don't tell me he gets that away. 4 Stalker harassment going towards the main base. Hero is only on 3 gate right now. No third base, no Robo Bay. He has to get a move on, either doing damage as quickly as possible or expanding. I mean, warping in Stalkers at home feels almost like it's too safe here for Hero. I feel like he's waiting for Clem to get aggressive, and Clem has the gold base. He's not going to get aggressive in a game where he's got the gold. I mean, Clem is playing this very correctly by not taking any risks other than the economic advantage with the gold base. That's more than enough of a risk. Oh, no. Hero's going to lose the full Prism. 2 SCVs for 4 Stalkers and a Prism. A disastrous trade. Does he get 1 more SCV? At least he gets another SCV, so he gets something for it. But, man, this is a terrible start here for Hero in Game 1. 11 Stalkers, 1 Adept. There's 3 tanks, 13 Marines, and a bunker. Hero cannot do anything to that. His best bet is to rotate around the right and hit this side. Pick off the depots and the reactor. Gonna go for it, which is good for him. Observer's moving a little bit further forward, trying to see what's going on. I like the Adept Shade. It sees a lot. Think about bringing that Cyclone. Oh, he wants to get rid of the Observer. Oh, no, just the Adept. Nice move there for CLEM. Pokes forward. A little dangerous if the Stalkers were there to blink forward. He does scan to get rid of the Observer as well, but the Stalkers are on the other side. And that is a dead reactor. A dead depot as well. Charge. Mass Gateway on the way behind it. Hero, though, is down on workers against a Terran with gold minerals. And that is a disaster. Protoss needs to keep him pinned at home. And I would imagine with the 3 gas, a pivot into Storm seems like it's going to be one of the best ways to get yourself back into this game. But he says, no, let's go Dark Shrine. Delayed Dark Templar drop can be a game winner. But I do feel like we're already in a position where we're going to struggle against a big Bio Ball. That's going to get even worse. With no Forge and the gold minerals and the situation we find ourselves in. You add the Dark Shrine on top of that, it's going to get really tough. Stalkers do blink forward, take out a tank. Hero shows about as much care for his Stalkers as a child does for a toy that they loved 3 minutes ago until something else shiny appeared in their field of view. Blinks them in with absolute disregard for their safety. But overall, remember, most of these Stalkers died with the Prism before. That was only 3 more Stalkers for a tank. He's got the Cyclone, a few Marines, the depots, the reactors. Oh, he's going to blink in there. Takes a shot on purpose. Does lose 2 Stalkers for another tank snipe, which it's pretty decent to get that tank count down. But as I said, I think the Bio Ball might be the real concern, not the siege tanks themselves. And with an Immortal out at home, does he have sentries? 2 sentries, an Immortal. Only 10 minerals on the 3rd. Hero's economy so low, he needs to find damage. Oh no, he sieges his Prism in range of the missile turret, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Hero having a sloppy start to the day today. And beautiful hold position there for CLEM. Those Zealots just derping out, not being watched at all. Great force fields on the front, though. Dark Templar do show themselves, though. And I feel like Dark Templar want to come in as a surprise or at least trickle in one at a time, not all at the same time. There is still a Zealot in the main base. 17 SCVs did end up going down, which is more than I expected. Scan does go down on this side, takes out the Dark Templar there. But I think CLEM, with the gold base, 4th and 5th barracks coming up, I mean, he can just kind of rebuild those workers, play it safe, as long as he doesn't get taken out by the Dark Templar, which, oh man, 3 DTs on the front. Nice quick morph. He loses 1, but 2 of them morph into an Archon. Siege tank will go down, but only after the entire Protoss army's been wiped. And remember, this is only half of the Terran army. The other half's coming in behind it. He can pull back. That reinforce is going to be absolutely monstrous. It's a pretty clinical start here to Talisman for our Terran player CLEM, and Hero just has not found the mark since that Prism did end up, you know, just getting itself smashed. He's been on the back foot from then. The Dark Templar being used defensively. Probably wanted to be using those with the Prism. It's crazy unfortunate that he headbutted the way he did with his Prism into that turret, because the whole comeback plan was barely defend with Stalker, Zealot, Immortal Sentry, and then you warp in Dark Templar in the main at the same time. If Hero could have pulled that off, I actually think it's really nasty on just 2 command centers. Did he even have any missile turrets up before? He's only got 1 now, and I think that was reactive. So, actually, no, he already had the turret in the main. But still, I mean, it's only 1 turret. You can still do damage on the production and the natural. Yeah, I think that would have been much better if he was able to do that. As it is, though, Hero, some days he rolls out of bed a little bit sleepy-eyed, and it never affects him mentally. The good thing about Hero is I've never seen him tilted once in my entire life. He can have a total botched game like that. You know he's going to come out in good form in the next one. Well, a smooth start to the series for CLEM, guys. Just remember, at any moment, his opponent may turn this game upside down. That's the scary thing when you're playing against Hero, is Hero's untiltable, and he could at any moment pull out some crazy strategy from the upside down. Like, you could be like, okay, it's going to be Zealots, Stalkers, and then you're like, oh, it's Demogorgon. He's doing a Demogorgon rush, and they're portaling underground with a Dungeon Nidus Worm. You know, absolute psychopath. So that's the sort of stuff you got to worry about with Hero. You don't know what he's going to do, and he has more range than any other player. What I really like is I always think about that CLEM quote from an interview many years ago when he was coming up as a player, where he said, you know, I think to be a really top Terran that wins tournaments, I think, like, you know, you need to attack when other Terrans aren't willing to attack. He said basically, like, if people aren't afraid of you, if they're like, oh, he won't push in here, and they can start making assumptions about what you will and won't do, then you lose a lot of power as a Terran player. You need to kind of keep people on their toes and keep them somewhat worried about what you're going to do next. And it's funny because that is exactly what Hero uses to beat CLEM. And he has been positive against CLEM recently. In their most recent head-to-heads, Hero's had quite a few very nice wins over CLEM, including some where we've seen some no GGs, we've seen some table punchies from CLEM. Small table punchies, not big table punchies, but you know. Guys, if you give it a cute word like that, it sounds less serious, you know? Let's just say CLEM does not like playing against Hero when Hero gets in his head. But Hero here, going to be going for a pretty chilled out opening, just chronoing an Adept. Probe did escape. It's a Marine first into Reactor before Factory, which means it will be a lot of Marine production. The Factory's not super fast. What's the hardest table punch in StarCraft 2 history, says chat? Someone find the gif of Petite Drogo levitating his mouse. That might be one of the funniest clips of all time. His mouse levitates for like, it just like hovers in midair for like a second. It's crazy. Don't get me wrong. I think Creator like destroyed a booth in GSL. Like he actually broke the desk in half by punching it so hard. So like Creators, I think, had the most serious one at an actual tournament. I'm pretty sure you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think Creator literally broke a desk in half. Like he did like his like, you know, those karate lessons where you break the plank of wood when you're like 10 years old or whatever. Like he lost a game so hard that he like reverted to his 10-year-old self at a karate exhibition. He was like, yeah, and just broke the table in half. It was crazy. Yeah, Gumiho had a booth attack him, but that was not, he wasn't even raging. He was just in the middle of a game and the booth collapsed on top of him, which is quite serious. It like injured his head. Anyway, let's talk about this match rather than the history of the past. I hate it. I hate this double Adept Scout. This is why you go Cyclone, just to get these guys away from your base. Because you're just there lowering and raising your depot for the whole early game as a Terran. You're like, oh, this is so annoying, man. Good solid opening behind it. Battery, it's 2-gate Blink Robo on 2 gas. Wait, 2 shield batteries, 1 in the main and the natural. Dude, Hero's been loving his shield batteries lately, hasn't he? Interesting. It's going to be a double Cyclone opening. I think CLEM thinks he's playing against Stargate here. And he's not. Because Hero usually is like rotating his builds a lot. The mind game Hero might play this series is he might play like max backs or something. He might just play like 2-gate Blink Robo, 3-gate Blink Robo every game. He has 2 batteries, but he doesn't have many units. 4 Stalkers, 2 Adepts. Remember, only 2 gateways that can make units. Robo's not quite finished. Perfect pylon timing, by the way, guys. And here come. It's going to be 11 Marines and a Cyclone to start things off. Battery is really going to help out. And I think Hero can easily defend that ramp, so... But there's a Liberator behind it, and he's going to build a Siege Tank as CLEM. Wow, CLEM! Playing highly aggressive right now. Yeah, he looks like he's running away, but I think he's going to commit to a bit more aggression in the follow-up. Then again, he does build a bunker, so maybe not. Third Nexus goes down for Hero at a pretty decent time, about 4 minutes 40. And he gets a 3rd gateway as well. Good pylon spotters on the edge here. On Torches. Keep in mind, guys, Torches is the map with an ungirdled healing shrine on the left side of the map. You can heal up there with air units as well. Protoss units also. Now this map, unfortunately, units kind of sit off the very edge of the map, guys. I cannot move my screen any further over there. I think that might be like a slight... I noticed there was one of the other maps in the pool. They created like a black border around the entire edge of the map to make it really clear that units like could not accidentally shift off the edge. So I'm not sure if that's something everyone should do when they make maps or not from now on, just because I've noticed on the right side of this map, I think it's because this elevates up or something, these units kind of get pushed over the edge. Charge comes down, and it is a Templar Archives. Okay, so 3-base Storm Charge, very cool. I like to see that style. Ravens coming out for CLEM, which good hunting down observers, which will be very necessary, as we've already got 3 of those observers on the map, and this one just barely not quite seeing the medevacs. That Liberator's still just chilling up there. Gateway does build behind the mineral line. 6 minutes, hasn't started this 3rd command center yet. I think he's going to build it any moment now. Stim and shields, I guess, have just started, though. Wow, that's pretty delayed. Dude, double Cyclone sucks. If you don't do damage with double Cyclone, your stim shields timing is awful. Oh, my lord. Hero just has a free pass to, like, 70 probe 4 base if he wants to before stim and shields is even an issue. Going 2 Cyclones and a Lib and a Medevac and 2 tanks and a Raven. Like, this just slows down your bio. Gives Hero a lot of time to get ready. Clem, does he see the Observer, do you think, guys? Yeah, I guess he does. He's just running back and forth. Now, Hero did win the coin flip, guys, which is why we started on US West. This is Central, Game 2. Slight ping advantage for Clem. Both players going to be playing with over 100 ping, though. Very playable in StarCraft, but, you know, your super fine reactive micro is going to be just a little bit delayed, a little bit harder. You can, in these sort of situations, expecting things ahead of time, being able to predict them are actually way more important, right? If you're just on your heels reacting to things, it's harder to deal with stuff. Whereas when you play with no ping, you can deal with that a bit better. Does get 1 observer. This one still survives though. So 2 observers have gone down. Another scan goes in the natural. He sees the gases. So he knows, and seeing the Robo not producing, he might know that this is Storm. If Clem's really smart, he should know that this is Storm, because he's like, wait a second, you weren't building out of your Robo. If you're going Colossus, you're always building out of your Robo. Clem playing really cautious right now. He's going to float the 3rd out. 4th base on the gold goes up. Marine runs past at exactly that moment. And Liberator comes in. Stalkers say, see you, mate. Bio pushing forward. It's all about the Templar in that prism. There's no Vikings. Oh my gosh, Clem very clumped. Here we go. Anti-armor missile goes down. The bio pulling back. First storm only really lands in the medevac. Second one does clip the edge of the Marines. But those zealots are going down pretty fast. Raven, if he keeps that Raven alive for the next fight, it would be really effective. And at the end of that fight, it does feel like Clem comes out on top. Avoids the worst of the storm. Gets rid of 3 High Templar. 14 zealots have gone down. He's going to rotate and try to deny this base. He's very damaged, but if he can take out the 4th, pull back, add ghosts, it'll be excellent for him. He doesn't have a Ghost Academy even started just yet. Hero's still roaming the map as if he's the one who wants to be doing the ambushing. That's got to be a cancel on this base. And he lets it die. He lets the Nexus die. Wow, Hero, he's got to find that engagement, but I don't know if he can force this. He just doesn't have the support. I think it's good to try to engage the army there, and he is going to get a few zealots in the natural. Might be worth continuing to fight into those, actually, but trying to force an actual game-winning position is very dangerous. Clem on that left side, microing excellently right now. High Templar goes left. High Templar goes left. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. He does do a very nice Stormy there. The bio coming in, though. High Templar all over the shop. Another storm. This one on the tank Marauder. Stalkers should be able to take care of that Marauder, and indeed they will. Another storm goes down. The prisms are in the open now. Does save them. Dude, Hero! Hero! How did he manage to do that with so few units? It's so dangerous. But Hero's micro was sick, and he had so many storms saved up. That was beautiful, dude. This was so nice up here. Isolating the natural. Obviously, we were watching the High Templar a lot, guys. But look, he broke the bunker. Didn't have enough units to defend. There was just so many storms backed up. Nicely done. Like he had like 7, 8 storms across the fight with no ghosts out yet. With Clem's army separated like that, he just barely breaks through. Nice game for Hero. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a series on our hands, and Hero mixing it up every single game. Dude, I love the way Hero plays this matchup. He's like, I'm going to go for a probe scout. Unfortunately for him, he's about to get eBay blocked. Every Terran does this every game on this map, and the Protoss players almost never scout for it. It's crazy to me that they don't. For me, I don't know why. If any Terran in the chat or in the comments can tell me, why does every Terran eBay block on Ley Lines? Like, what is it specifically about this map? Is it better for reactor Hellion openings? Is the 3rd kind of... I guess if you build this eBay and block this base, the other 3rd is like very far spread out. So maybe that's it. It just feels good, says chat. Oh, thank you. That's a very pro gamer answer. That's what pros will always say, guys. You'll ask them, you're like, why do you do this? They're like, it just feels good. And you're like, okay. So you don't know. It's a subconscious calculation. I understand. Second gas. He doesn't go take the 3rd. Wow, Hero. Okay, this is so rare. People almost always just go take the 3rd base. But he doesn't. And because of that, Clem's like, okay, well, I'm going to go back and get some more hit points on this bad boy. But the Zealot's going to get him. Oh, that reaction speed is insane, man. Wow. The Clem is a horse person meme has made its way back into the Twitch chat, which is always good to see. One of the more bizarre and hilarious copy pastas out there. Nexus, there's enough money for it. He really wants to start this Nexus, dude. It's going to go down at 220. He could have actually kept that up a little bit longer, but I think Clem was like, screw that, dude. I got to start my command center at some point. I want that money. He does do it. All right, oversaturated a little bit on the main. Not a bad idea. He is going to, of course, hit a slight supply block here. He goes pylon into that final probe before the actual supply block will kick in. So well timed. And Clem, I mean, its command center is late and it's on the high ground. It's not the most economic build. So I think there's a real argument that, like, going double gas here and accepting the delayed Nexus just doesn't matter that much. On the other hand, I would argue the way most Protoss players play this matchup is get an economic lead, let the Terran have the tech lead, and then use your numbers to take him down. In this scenario, you're going to have faster gas, faster tech, and that's going to change the dynamic a little bit. So it's going to be curious, how does Hero leverage the faster tech? How does he make up for the fact that his income is a little bit slower? So this is going to be fascinating. It's Sentry, Stalker, Adept. He goes for Hallucination, which is really good for scouting Widowmine drop attempts. And if he can track the medevac as it comes out, it's going to be really hard to get across the map. So Clem's going to go Cyclone afterwards. He's been opening up a lot of Cyclones in this series. I think after seeing the Sentry, you don't really think that there's going to be a medevac or anything like a Phoenix opening or Stargate opening or anything like that. Is he going to run the Zealot in? He's waiting for the drop to leave, and then he sends in the Zealot harasser. Hero is such a meme lord. Stalkers are coming out. He's going to try and stop this getting through the map. Adept does see it. Stalker Sentry. Going to push the drop away, but a free damage. Zealot walks in, and the Marines are going to try and out-micro. That should be able to. And the Cyclone as well. Oh, I mean, Hero ups the Chaos factor, and Clem shuts him down hard. Gets himself the Zealot and the Adept. Wow, okay, very nice. Clem's feeling good about that. Third gas goes down, Robo as well. Now he's got two Stalkers up north. He's expecting the drop to load up and try to sneak by. So Hero's hoping he can intercept it while the other units stay in a more conservative location. Another Hallucination does come forward, sees there is a Viking and another unit building with no add-ons. And at this stage, you do not miss a beat on your warp-ins. You build a shield battery, you make Stalkers 3 at a time for the rest of this early game, because Clem is incredibly committed to aggression right now. Like, incredibly. He's using those Vikings essentially as, like, Temu Marauders. Well, are they Temu Marauders? Maybe. I mean, they're kind of fancier than a normal Marauder. They don't have Stimpack. They are very powerful against Stalkers, the Vikings. Stalkers coming forward right now. Hero didn't build a shield battery. He's kind of disrespecting this aggression that he spied. Stalkers trying to pull back there. And it is a very big push for Clem. Really just trying to lean into the aggression. Stalkers should be able to wear this push down. We'll see how well he can do it. No third base up just yet. Stalkers could easily bypass this as well. Hero, can he resist blinking forward here? If he blinks forward, it's really bad for him. And it looks like he can resist blinking forward for now. Good. Blink back's not really losing any units, but he's not killing that much Terran stuff either. Just kind of tickling away, slowly softening it up. Stalker count looks good. Goes forward, gets a Marine, blinks south, and I like this, using his mobility. These, oh, good siege up. Good conservative siege up there for Clem. And Hero's like, haha, found ya. But now he has to blink forward. He will take multiple tank shots, lose a few more Stalkers, and these Stalkers have to, like, keep going deeper. This is actually the best thing he can do, is run up this ramp, blink inside, and keep on doing damage here. Siege tank's going to pop out, but nice. Manual rally to the left. That was really nice, because he just used the blink so he couldn't get on top. Really well played by Clem. Now, obviously, recall's still available. Running around after these blink Stalkers. This is what happens, guys. This is a Protoss player punishing a Terran for getting so aggressive pre-stim against a 2-base Protoss with blink. And it is a very nice punish, but does lose 2 Stalkers at the end of the day. Third Nexus, only halfway built. More Stalkers are going to run in the front. Dude, he does not have right now recall, remember. The Immortal could save his day, though. Immortal could beat the Siege Tank and Viking, but he's exposing it to risk. Oh, man. Hero playing like such a crazy guy, sending these Stalkers in. He's going to blink north, get some damage on the tank, but that's an easy repair, and does feel like Hero's being a little bit wasteful. I gotta look at his face right now, and I'm staring at that camera and going, okay, he looks like Hero normally does, a little frantic. Just kind of moving his head around, looking everywhere. But, oh, this is going to be a good one. Stim into the main base. Damage is not done yet, and I think there's enough chaos that Hero will come out on top, because he gets rid of shields, gets another Marine, gets 2, and he pulls back at the right time. He's not overcommitting. His Observer sees everything. SCVs are accidentally getting pulled. A Medevac goes down. He blinks back the low hit point Stalker while letting the other Stalkers finish their volley. Then he blinks them back. Very good control. Hero's feeling himself now, and he's got Immortal, Sentries, and a Prism on the front. 55 workers to 45. Clem is deep in the doo-doo, and Hero is in control of this game, even adding a Forge and a Dark Shrine for the next step. Ooh, I think Clem really thought Hero was going to get greedy this game, but one of the big mistakes he made, guys, I think is he was a little too committed to that early push. You know, building multiple landed Vikings as sort of support for your army is so expensive with a single medevac as well. Like building 3-4 starport units. Oh my gosh, he's just going to go for it. The mad lad does blink forward, takes out the tank. The Widowmines do fire. Good pullback, I think, here for Hero. Use the Guardian Shield as much as you can and let the stim kind of wear your opponent out. He's going to do some defensive blinks. If you stim again, here is Clem. It's so dangerous. You don't have combat shields. And more Zealots warping in. I think Hero realizes if he just keeps making Clem stim, it's going to be terrible for him. Like, Clem needs to get rid of him. Finally gets rid of that Observer. And that does stop him from blinking to the high ground. But Hallucination is there. Clem knows what he's up to, though. I don't think this is a good blink in. Hero, maybe a bit too obvious for this one. He's going to get rid of Concussive, not combat shields. And he's going to lose so many Stalkers for it. Oh, Hero. He telegraphed that one a little bit too much, but he's going to force field the ramp, which means Clem has to unload to get to the low ground. Dude. Oh, Hero is so annoying to play against. I mean, that was a net negative move, but it's just got to be so tilting as Clem, realizing that Hero is kind of playing with you right now. Dark Templar coming in as well. He does have a scan available. You could get this Dark Templar drop in the main. It's going to win the game, though. What do you got? One scan available. Second one coming in 20 seconds. Third one a little bit after that. Stalker's going to catch a drop there. Almost, not quite. Drop does get away. 2 Dark Templar in the main. Main army on the front. And that's going to create a nightmare. Clem defends those units, but at the same time his main base is in jeopardy. Looks like the Observer just went down in the front. The DTs are spread here. One's behind the main. One is waiting for that scan to run out. Another scan goes down. It's the last scan for a while. We've got 8 more energy needed for that next one, but Prism's still available in the main. Hasn't been taken down. Zealots running in and out. Hero really trying to finish off his opponent. He's on 4 bases behind this. The Prism could warp in more Dark Templar in the main, which there is no answer for right now. But he's going to fly over the Marines instead. Not the best micro here for Hero, if I dare say so. And Clem's kind of chasing him down in the middle of the map as well. If Clem gets out of this spot of bother, it is going to be such a crazy comeback. And dude, it actually looks like it might be possible. Does he have a third CC? He does. His third CC is finished. He's only down 10 workers. Hero is throwing away a lot of units right now. And he didn't find the damage that really, I kind of feel was there to be taken. You know, Hero's kind of like, finish him. Like, he wants to get in there. He has got Colossus transition. He's not all in on any of these moves, which is the good thing. So as crazy as Hero is being and a little bit wasteful here and there, it's not like, oh no, he's just putting everything into one dumb knockout punch. It's no, he's macroing, he's transitioning, taking a fourth, and at the same time trying some crazy moves. Decent force fields, but you got to be careful there, as he only traps some of the units, and Clem is so quick with those hot pickups. But Clem is out of healing juice right now, and Hero really should be flanking this army. Attacking down this ramp front on is entirely unnecessary. Hero's going to go for it anyway. He goes for the force fields, but they kind of work against him a little bit. I just think, like, he's got the numbers now to clean this push up, but he lets Clem escape, and Clem very wisely takes advantage of that moment to just run away. That was 100% the right call. Clem's so smart. Starts a 4th command center. He's finally getting add-ons on his 4th and 5th barracks. He's still down in the dumps right now with almost no answer to the Colossus, and that's a huge problem. His starport's idling as well. He goes 2nd eBay Armory, but man needs to get to 5 or 6 Vikings as quickly as possible, or he's just going to get overrun. There are so many Zealots on the map. Oh, here we go! Hero's going to go for it! Widowmine does land on some of those Zealots. Colossus Immortal Sentry trying to gather over. Does get rid of one of the Observers. Second one is going to go down as well, maybe. Oh, it walks back into the scan there. But it does pull back. Another scan has to go down to take down that Observer. Natural does have a turret up. Third turret up as well. So DTs aren't that useful anymore. And a crazy counter drop for Clem. Oh, did the Observer see it? The Observer might have just seen that. I'm not sure if the Observer saw it or not, guys. Oh, man, that's a crazy move. Clem is like screw sitting in this corner of the map. This sucks. I'm going to move out. But, of course, Hero's going to keep going. Hero senses that there is not enough units there, and he dives. Clem goes in at the same time. We'll clear the entire 4th base of workers, but it is a recall. What's he actually recalling, though? Colossus on top of Marauders. Oh, the Colossus goes down instantly. The Immortals do survive. Zealots come back. Drop does pick up and go towards the main base. Clem desperately trying to keep himself alive. He is in a disastrous position right now. He lost his 4th command center, but his 3rd is floating back out. He's only down 10 workers. If every single one of these guys does some 80s action movie stuff, then maybe, just maybe, gets himself another Colossus Knight, picks up, starts pulling away, but the Stalkers will take out one of those medevacs. Yeah, they'll get two. Two medevacs go down. They are empty ones, so there are still 3 medevacs with a payload of bio inside. He desperately needs Vikings for the Colossus. Problem, he has no medevacs, so he's got to build medevacs. All of his medevacs are stuck at the top of the map with his drop, which he's now going to try to sneak out to try and unload somewhere. Hero rebuilding his 4th base. Only 59 workers. He's got 2-2 upgrades on the way, far ahead of the now +2 attack on the way for CLEM. And it's a bit of a brawl, but Hero definitely in the driver's seat. And I think we've seen players try to deal with these hallucinated Phoenix openings by getting in the face of the Protoss, but I think Q has maybe done it arguably a bit better than CLEM here. I've been waiting to see these Sentry openings more and more in this tournament, and especially between this caliber of player like Hero and CLEM, best Protoss, best Terran in the world. They are the kings of this matchup, right? But we haven't seen a lot of hallucinated Sentry openings, and this time it felt like it kind of pushed CLEM to commit super hard to an attack. And Hero staying on 2 base reactively was the exact correct play. So I think whether you win or lose, you're going to lose a bit of confidence in your openings as CLEM after what's happened in this game. If you see another hallucinated Phoenix, he might be a bit more passive. Master Zealot run by comes in. Got to pull them away though. You don't want to be giving away that many Zealots, and he quickly does dart out of there. Marine Marauder will catch a couple. Keep in mind, CLEM's army is going to get very big, so you still have to be careful about how you take the fight. 2 Disruptors, 3 Immortals. Got a bunch of Sentries. Decent spready on the units. This ramp, though, is still a problem, potentially. The Zealot's constantly threatening, as is the Prism on the left side. He's going to warp in another Zealot over there. I wouldn't mind him... Oh, he's getting cornered. These Zealots are getting cornered. Nice move by CLEM. And CLEM catches the Zealots. Hero chooses to fight like the crazy guy he is, and he does wisely back away with the remaining Zealots. Once again, Prism sieging in turret range, 2nd time in 3 games. Hero's got to fix that up. He can't be affording mistakes like that against the world champ. Giving away Prisms, you know, not what you want. Hero, he's down in supply now. He's actually lost a lot of Zealots. He's down in supply as the critical fight starts. Is the Disruptor Sentry Guardian Shield enough? The Colossus goes down, which means at least the Vikings aren't that useful. But back to 4 bases now. If CLEM can avoid the Disruptors, maybe he can find a good fight. Looks like he can maybe get the Arc on. Pulls back. Nice. Pull away. The Disruptors seem to be empty right now. But the Bio's very wounded. Chasing. He gets 2 Disruptors and a Stalker. But I think it's time to go home for CLEM. He's too damaged. He needs to run home, and he misclicks. Oh, he corrects it. But he's going to have to stim one more time to get home. And that's not what he wants to do right now. Oh, he stays a bit too deep in enemy territory. Disruptor does only end up hitting 1 friendly Zealot. The Widow Mines are getting decent hits. The rally is here as well. Hero chasing like a psychopath. And it's an awful fight for Hero. Hero has done Hero things in this match. He got himself ahead with Cavalier Aggression. And then he has thrown away a bunch of armies with Cavalier Aggression. CLEM somehow staying stable in the face of I mean, it was defeat. He was dead. It was almost certain that he was dead in this game. But look at this, guys. He is at double the army supply. This 1 Colossus, I don't think that's going to save Hero. Hero, he has a 4th base mining, but with no 5th base, he doesn't have that crazy income advantage. Can he seriously bring this back? Well, Sentries are good. That 1 Immortal is a veteran, but these Stalkers are so fragile. They're very damaged. And oh, look at the way CLEM's retargeting the Widow Mine. Hero wanted to bait the shot so he could blink, dodge it, kill the Widow Mine. CLEM does not let it fire. Obviously, he can't do that micro if it's just a single Zealot, so he takes the trade on that one. Hero should be able to blink for this one as well. He doesn't blink. Bit of miss micro there for him. Does lose the Stalker. Oh, he's seen this drop with his Observer. He's seen the drop with the Observer. Doesn't blink in exactly the right position, though. And CLEM almost gets out, but not quite. Great catch there. And that's exactly what Hero needed to stabilize in this game. CLEM does have a 4th base, but it's his main base that's lifted out there. He's on 2-2 against 2-2 upgrades. He doesn't have Vikings for the Colossus. He doesn't have many scans for the Observers. His bio army is still not that big, even though he's up in army supply. A lot of those units are rallying out and slowly walking across the map. Protoss, on the other hand, has 11 gate production that can very quickly change this army size drastically, which is why CLEM has to be so very careful in this situation. Hero with no 5th base. He's got to rebuild his 5th man. Finally, he does drop that one back down. Looks like he cleared something else up there as well. Hero's got a bit of map control, but the supplies are still incredibly close in this game. The income's also ahead for CLEM right now, as he has not had to use too many scans on Observers recently. It's mostly been dropping mules, and those mules are really boosting that income. Having the advantage over Protoss at this stage is really impressive. He's also ahead on the upgrades in a few seconds. And as I said, Hero, he likes to engage in these sort of crazy, messy matches. But if it goes long enough without Hero having clear advantages, and it's just like a mechanical war, Clem is stable. Hero is not. Hero is always, he's an explosion away from killing his opponent or killing himself. You never know what's going to happen with his strategy in his game because he is so unstable just in the way he plays. Clem, on the other hand, he's just going to keep working all these different advantages. He's so hard to put out of the game, and Stalker's going to take another... Oh, good art pickup that time. Didn't lose a Stalker that time around, but he's chasing Clem. Clem stims here. Hero acting like he wants to take this fight. Does he really have a big enough army to do it? Well, there's not that many Vikings. He does have hallucinated Colossus in with the fake ones, but the EMPs are nice. The Sentry's no longer having energy, and I think he only wants to fight if he's got Guardian Shield. I'd love to see that Sentry refill there. Beautifully done. Pops itself back up with that energy available. Only 56 workers for Protoss. Clem is on 3 bases. He has very little defense, and I do think Zealot counterattacks could still be useful, but it's just crazy how well he's defended them. He's up 6,000 resources in the units lost. But catch a few bio units on their own could be nice. Prism out in the open is going to get gunned down potentially. The Colossus taking big damage. Guardian Shield, Colossus beams are big. Big Zealot Warp in comes in as Disruptor as well. 1 or 2 more Colossus shots on the Marines could turn this fight in Hero's favor. The supply looks absolutely awful for Hero though. I cannot believe it. Clem showing us what Clem has shown us many times before, the ability to make absolutely disgusting comebacks from what seems like a helpless situation. Zealots do rally in there, but outside of a big Disruptor shot landing, I'm not sure where you're going to get your efficiency from as Hero in this game. That Disruptor comes out, and he actually, lands a giant Disruptor, clears a bunch of Marine Marauder, but 3 Marauders do survive with 5 hit points, and that is a godsend for Clem. But I think he's already got such a big army. If Hero can't break this now, it's lights out. He's down 50 supply. The Widow Mines wreck the Zealots. The Vikings are still here. If you rebuild Colossus, that will not be enough. Not this deep into the game. And Clem, man, what fantastic play. Like I said, pulling back that push from the front. There was these moments where any other Terran would stay a little bit too long and lose their army, but he would chase, he would stim, get a few units, and he'd realize my army's double stimmed, I need to pull back. And then Hero would chase him across the map, saying, well, your army's damaged, I can take the messiest fight ever. But these moments, Clem chose when to fight absolutely perfectly. Hero did not in this game, and that is why this has ended up like this. Hero has made a lot of sloppy mistakes mixed in, and Clem has just not given him enough openings to finish the game. It really feels like if Hero played perfectly, obviously he'd still be ahead at this point, but he hasn't, and Clem has absolutely made no mistakes after that early stage. He has fought his way tooth and nail back in here, and he does get ahead 2-1. You can see the relief on his face, and Hero a little disappointed there on camera, obviously frustrated that he wasn't able to pull that one out. All right, guys, going into game 4. Liquid Clem in the top left side of the map, up 2-1 now after an amazing comeback so far. Players have only won on their opponent's map picks and map servers. So we are back on the Central US server, the European favored one. It's also Clem's map pick. So, right on schedule, Hero's just going to 4-gate blink and straight up kill him. I'd like to see it. It'd be really cool. I do think 4-gate blink's good here, guys. Even with the updated version of the map where you can no longer blink into this area from here, you still got good blink areas across the front, and you've got that very wide natural to work with, right? You can work in around if there's a tank here. It just doesn't cover this side. So the gases, the minerals, all very easy to harass. And if they put the tank too far forward, you can often blink and kill it without being too close to the high ground defenses. It's an option. We'll see if Hero opts for it. Most pro players haven't done it. I think it was Zaun was our first player to 4-gate blink on this map, I believe. And it didn't go that well for him. Did find some good damage, but the game was not a win. Yep, this is a 3-player map, guys. There's another spawn down here. So the players don't know where the other one spawned. Clem is going to SCV scout. For that reason, he's also gone Marine Factory into Reactor on one base. But it looks like he's pulled off gas, so he is planning for a starport. Wait. Oh, what? He's proxying starport. Guys, he's doing the old Hellion drop. Oh, Clem's bringing out a build order, ladies and gentlemen. He's bringing out a build order. He's going to go proxy. So after this finishes, he's going to start a medevac. SCV scouts this base. So by the time the medevac pops, he knows which direction to send the medevac and the Hellions. He's going to go to a 4 Hellion drop. Now, fortunately for Hero, he has pretty good vision of his main base, but I still think those Hellions are going to boost in either on here, or they're just going to come straight in the middle, like boost straight over, but it's got a good chance of seeing it coming. It is a very one-base committed build. Command Center doesn't go down until 2 minutes 50. And Stargate's good against... If he goes Oracle, is actually the best against this. Goes Phoenix, still pretty good. If you can get a second Phoenix out, you can pick up... Medevac just now starting. You can pick up the Hellions and take away their ability to one-shot your workers, which is really big. There's going to be 3 Adepts and a Phoenix. Now, if Hero like moves out with a Shade or something like that, as this comes in, obviously he's just screwed. He could take game-ending damage here. It's a pretty big gamble from Mr. Clem. And Mr. Clem here is going to be swapping the factory around, thinking about building second barracks at some point in the near future. But for now, of course, a massive investment in Hellion Medevac. And he's going to pick that up and go out. It does feel like maybe he's a few seconds late on this. This drop doesn't feel super early. And he's going to run down here. He is going to go for that bottom side. Got to be careful not to go in vision. These pylons... I mean, there's a pylon down there. Oh, Hero put a pylon down there. That's going to give him warning. And he just built a gateway there. So he's going to pull instantly. The probes did not pull away because he doesn't want to stack them up, guys. And he's going to focus down one Hellion. Can he pick up the others? He does pull some probes to fight. Picks up another one. Oh, beautiful handling here. And you might think, well, 7 probes, isn't that still a disaster? I would say no, not at all. I think this is totally fine. 7 probes, absolutely fine damage. Now, these are air blockers on the edges of this map. This map has no dead space, guys. You can't just hide in the dead space. So that Medevac's going to go down unless... Dude, did he just find the sickest hiding spot? Oh my gosh, he did. Oh, because you would never think he would just go out of vision. He basically, like, this is where you run from the cops and you hide underneath the cop car. You guys have seen like the police chase like videos, like when the news helicopters are tracking it, and then the guy hides under the police car for like 5 minutes before they find him. There's like 50 police looking everywhere through people's backyards, and he's under the police car, and the news guy's like, he went under the cop car, man. They do eventually find him. Liberator's gonna go down. Only gets 1 probe. Overall, good defense. I think, yeah, you're really happy with this as Hero, guys, because now you've got Phoenix control, which is going to lower the SCV count, probably. But yeah, that's 2 Cyclones already is very impressive. Very well done. Clem's macro is on point. But you just probe up. You go charge here. Probably goes for plus Forge pretty soon as well. There's a 3rd gas. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Forge. And Hero, I mean, Hero loves to just shove. After the last game, he might be a little more hesitant. Do you guys think Hero doubles down and just goes 8-gate charge right now and YOLOs into the natural? Or does he actually chill and, like, take a Robo and stuff? Almost losing a Phoenix. Clem's so good with his Cyclones there, chasing the Phoenix completely away. And 3 barracks are now up, trying to get that next tech lab going. Starport Factory going to be building Widow Mines and Medevacs. Clem, he's not too far behind on the workers. It's just the amount of control Hero has. It does feel like if Hero... Chrono's probes, he's going to get miles ahead. And Hero is actually queuing multiple probes on his next eye and chronoing. These are 2 things you rarely see Hero do. You're like, you're actually queuing up multiple probes? He almost never does that. That shows you he is willing to just rush to 60 workers here, which I think is absolutely the right call. He's building 2 pylons right now. He's still only on 3 gateways with no forge. I mean, that's weird. That's very weird. Like, he's literally doing a 3-gate Zealot Phoenix timing. That's so bizarre. Widowmine trap, hoping to catch the Phoenix. No bunkers. Stim's about to finish. Is it early enough to defend this? Oh, me oh my. Phoenix flying around. He could jump on that. He could jump on those Marines, man. He's gonna... Oh, he's making it a bit obvious, maybe. The way the Phoenix are hanging at the front. He's going for it. Here we go. Phoenix will pick up the Widow Mines, of course. Here we go. Cyclones locking on. Zealots are on top. Guardian Shield coming forward. Adept's going to try to help out as well. The Zealots do pull away there. Clem's micro, absolutely fantastic. You do not want to get too committed in there. Adepts and Zealots trying to now run away. The stim is there. Clem with the vengeance of a bunch of meth head Marines who do not want to take that much damage. The Phoenix turn around. They're going to go for the Cyclone kill, but the Marines will unload, and Hero has to back away. Dead even in the units lost. I don't think that was a successful trade for him. I don't think it was the worst. He lost a Phoenix, 4 Zealots, a couple of Adepts. It's not too bad. But he's got to be really careful because his gateways... Dude, his gateways still aren't up? How is his macro? What? How has he been on 3 gateways this long? What? That's crazy. Because he's just been pumping Phoenix the whole time and Zealots with no breaks. It just seems wild to me that his production is that late. I'm amazed he spent his money. He must have chronoed his Stargate like 23 times. This is impressive, man. Why does Pig have a British accent today? Oh, caught it off your mum, Rainer. Sorry, guys. Rainer's in the chat. How are we doing? Oh, Phoenix coming in. Widow Mines. Boom, boom. Okay, decent boom booms, but you've just got to get some good force fields on this ramp. Does he have 2 available? Sentry has 110. Phoenix goes for the suicide. Oh, he goes for the kamikaze, but it doesn't work. The kamikaze does not work out, guys. Oh, the split from Clem was brilliant. Dude, is Clem gonna win this game? It feels like this ball of Marines. Who needs combat shields? Who needs +1 health cares for idiots, man? It's a ball of super fragile damage output. One mistake, and those units die. The Phoenix try to sacrifice, but the Widow Mines just unburrow. Oh my lord! Dude, Clem! What version of Clem woke up today? What version of him? The sort who has absolutely no chill. The man lost the Pigfest 5 finals last season, and now he's like, yeah, never again. Never again. He's coming out with some angry Terran micro right now, some decisiveness. Doesn't let the Phoenix sack the Widow Mines onto him at all. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Heck yeah, GG, well played. Oh yeah, that's a pained face from Hero, man. The Americans can't tell. No, I do. Phone, shut the fuck up. Sorry, my phone keeps beeping at me. I definitely do British accent a lot lately. I've realized that it's much better on the voice. It's nice. It also makes me sound like I'm smarter. So the problem is Americans are really dumb. So if they hear my Australian accent, they're like, shut up, peasant. You don't know what you're talking about. But then I'm like, well, he's getting, you know, if I go British, they're like, this guy's smart. Oh, he has glasses as well. Oh my God. Everything he says is just so intelligent. So I basically, I believe it's called a grift is what the kids call it these days, where basically I've tricked the audience into thinking I'm intelligent. And we're just going to stick with that. Yeah. When I get really excited, I do become more Australian, but I'm hoping that people are excited enough by the really good micro and they don't notice what we're doing. So yeah, this is what I want to see. So I think maybe if he committed on that first one, he might have been able to drag it in on top of the Marines. Because dude, but look at that, that split there was so sick. Oh, it was awesome. All right, guys. We got Clem down here in the bottom left side of the map, up 3-1. Dude, who needs combat shields? I mean, I do think Hero delaying his gateways, like, you know what's so funny about that, guys, is I thought the aggressive version from Hero would be going 8 gate and attacking with like 20 zealots with maybe an armor upgrade. Hero's such a mad lad. He just chronos Phoenix Zealot out of 3 gate and 1 Stargate for like 2 minutes straight. YOLO's in the natural. And his gateways were just so late. I do think one of the big weaknesses I think Hero has when he plays Zealot Phoenix is that he headbutts, which can be good, but I really feel like Clem has no idea you're playing Zealot Phoenix. Maybe you've been spamming it too much so you expect it, but oh. Well, I guess I don't have any time to talk about the last game, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the gold Nexus. I always say, you know, he's like a moth to flame. When there's a gold base on a map, Hero gets so randy. He's just like, I gotta click on it. I gotta take it. Luckily for Clem, he's SCV scouting. And he will realize this is happening. That base is very vulnerable, man. This is, of course, next to a healing shrine. So if the Terran starts sieging you or something from here, they can heal up at the shrine. But likewise, you could maybe use that healing shrine with Stalkers. If you get Blink out after this, and you blink harass, you can blink harass really aggressively and then keep healing up at the healing shrine, which would excuse me, which would be very amazing. You can't kill me. It's immune to a single Reaper. Get wrecked, nerd. It can't heal the shields. That probe is 100% giving the middle finger to Clem. I love seeing both of them crack a big old smile at that interaction. They're like, well, not too often a probe can just stare at a Reaper giving him the middle finger, can they? Oh, I love it. That's a beautiful moment right there. That's the fun, you know, just discovering things on the maps, letting pro players who've been competing in this game for a decade or more have a moment in a high stakes tournament to discover something new. That makes me happy, man. Beautiful Adept micro. He's cutting him off. Yeah, no, there's no getting at it. What? There's no way. How did that not get a hit off? Dude, Clem's Reapers are built different. Remember earlier in the tournament, he got the 1 in 100 trick shot grenade bounce as well. where he bounced, I think it was Zaun's Adept away from the Reaper, and it didn't even get a single shot off because he did the perfect bounce. But he is finally going to go down here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, unless he can bounce himself on the inside. Dude, if he managed to bounce himself away from that as well, that would have been crazy. But he does see the Phoenix play. He's going Cyclone Medevac, which is a good call. And there's going to be 3 gate to follow it up. Man is committing to the gold base. Why would you build that there? I just feel like if you don't invest in infrastructure here, you've got an option to give this up later. But if you build gateways here, you like have to defend this 10 minutes from now, right? Like it feels... I genuinely believe Hero has never thought about where to place a building in his life, guys. Like, it's so much more logical to build it here, right? It is so much more logical, but Hero's just like, yeah, nah, I'm going to build 2 batteries in my main and my gateway's over there. He is going for 3 shield batteries. I think is a little too much. I really don't like this. I do think you need more pylons, gateways, you know, rush, charge, or blink out is going to be more important, but we'll see how it goes. Big thanks to those live supporting on the stream with the hype train. Thank you so much. Third Nexus is not something we can think about right now. Oh, it's Adepts. I've seen... We saw Zaun do a lot of Adepts against Terran as well, and Mass Adept seems garbage against, like, Cure or Clem level Terran Micro in the early game. Phoenix, of course, are very good. But, like, there's a fall-off point. You really want to trade right now as Hero, which is why Hero's forcing it. I love it. Really good choice to force this fight as Hero. I'd love to see him pull back that red hit point Phoenix as well. Oh, you know Clem wants to kill it. He does take it down. But that Cyclone escaping is such a problem, man. Those Adepts need to fight. Those Adepts need to fight. If they got a few more hits off there, that would have been excellent. As it is, good cancel. And I think you need to swap off Adepts. He's still building Adepts, which is a real problem, guys. The Phoenix there, like, oi, let us in. But, of course, the Chastity Belt on that Healing Shrine not letting him in. He's going to do the Glaives build again. Oh, man. I kind of love this build. I also hate this build. It is such a meme. And this is the joy of Hero, guys. This is why Hero can always make comebacks. He can be on elimination point in this match. Not elimination from the tournament, but, you know, he could be on match point, about to lose. He will still commit to the meme. He will go gold base into Glaive Adepts like an actual psycho person. He dives on top of the Marines. The Phoenix are going to go after the Marines and then the Viking. The Adepts take out quite a few of those Marines. He was thinking about healing on the Healing Shrine, but now Clem has the Healing Shrine, and these 2 gateways are in jeopardy. Definitely a potential problem. Glaives is not quite ready. Picking up a Cyclone here. The Adepts do good damage on those Marines, though. But is it enough? As I said, Adepts are just not that good at straight-up fighting, even though they do bonus damage against the Marines. Trying to warp in more. Probes are being pulled. Hero right now, he has to defend this base. Clem committing 100%. The Glaives is just a little bit too late here against this. And Clem... oh, he's gonna kill so many probes. I think, he's gonna win this fight. And the Adepts Glaives, it's gonna finish right after everything goes down. Clem just looking way too on point today. Oh, that is unfortunate. But for those who are Hero fans, this does mean we get a second Hero series in the same night. Keep that in mind. If Hero goes down here, which it looks like he is absolutely about to, we get another Hero series today. Like I said, Blink would have been the best play on this to use the Healing Shrine. Imagine how aggressively he could have traded with Stalkers with a Healing Shrine to heal them back to full life. If you have both shields and hit points, I think that would have been the perfect play on this map with this gold base. Obviously, getting to Blink is very hard off of this base, but that's personally what I would have loved to see. I just think that would have been really cool. Now, obviously, Hero's counterattacking with his 31 probe economy. He's not technically dead. +1. Glaive Adepts do 2-shot Marines. They 2-shot SCVs as well, but I definitely think with the build he did, it could have worked, but he just needed to go much faster Twilight. I think these shield batteries in the main were nonsense. One of them maybe is acceptable, but 2 shield batteries there and a shield battery there. It's a lot of static defense, and the thing about static defense is it doesn't move. When you're a hero, a player who wants to jump on his opponent, you're playing Adept Phoenix, you know, a real mobile style. It's about diving on top of your opponent's army, and this has been a sort of strategic error that Hero makes very often, where he'll play either Zealot Phoenix or Adept Phoenix, and despite playing a very aggressive style, he'll invest in a bunch of static defense, and it's kind of like you're investing in 2 opposite directions, right? The static defense is very good when you're turtling with, like, Colossus, no blink, something like that, right? It's very good when you lack mobility, but when you're playing a mobile style with short-range units that want to jump on your opponent, batteries suddenly are just... They're basically very rarely useful. Phoenix are going to do some very good damage. Stalker will take down that medevac, but look at this. Clem staying active on the right side. His third command center is almost up. He's got Stim Shields +1. 26 workers on his natural, so he's massively oversaturated. Transfers for the very quickly saturated third base. And of course, the gold is up, the natural's up. Here is on 3-base mining. If he had Storm, I might believe in the magic of the comeback, but right now it's 2 Phoenix, 14 Zealots. They will have 1-1 upgrades against 0-0 Terran in a moment, but he's going to have to recall to this base, and he doesn't have the energy. Oh, no! 7 probes go down instantly. Zealots are diving in, which is cute. Gets 5 workers. He's going to click the command center. Does force the orbital to cancel. And the Zealot Stalker are going to have to pull away. But look at that. Marines on this side. Oh, he's got to jump on it. Battery heal. Battery heal. Battery. If the battery heals, he might save it. But no! Not able to save it. And that is going to be that. Combat Shields is coming in. Hero, of course, is going to hang in here for another few minutes. But it's looking like it's over. Adepts dive on top. Zealots charge from behind. A Zealot Adept charge is kind of a cool looking engagement, right? These guys teleport in the midst, and then the Zealots come YOLO charging, sprinting in from behind. Marines are going to try to heal up there on the healing shrine a little bit. And dude, Clem's just playing great StarCraft today. The comeback that he made earlier was just so insane on I think it was Ley Lines. Like, that was such a good comeback. And if you can't win games like that, because Clem's just, you know, apparently cracked out of his mind, so insane today, it's so hard to win a series. A pretty dominant 4-1 for Clem, and what a change that is from last season's semifinals that was nail-bitingly close. Clem won that one as well, but it is good to see Clem once again succeed in the really big series. Yeah, GG, man. Super well played. That was a wholesome series. You know, we got some fun interaction there at the end with you guys at the healing shrine. But overall, you've got to be happy with how you performed in this one, right?
Yeah, of course, very happy because, well, recently I've been losing a lot to heroes, so getting a win in a best of 7, yeah, it's good work.
Especially with Ley Lines, because I think game 1, you know, pretty solid for you. Game 2, he takes you down with a really good storm push. Like, I thought you were doing well, but, you know, it's hero. Great storm positioning. He had like 6-7 storms banked up. You spread really well, but it's like the storms just kept on coming in. But then we got to Ley Lines. And Ley Lines was a disaster for you, mate. Like, things were not going well at all. Game 3. You dug your heels in and fought back. I mean, there was a point, because you went really aggressive. He just ran past you with his stalkers, was blinking around your main. Where was your head at in that early stage when you were just chasing stalkers in circles around your main base?
Yeah, that always feels bad when that happens. They just run around and blink around and then recall, and it feels quite bad. But that game, in the early game, I pretty much had no clue in what spot I was in, because what I wanted to do was just push the third base, but then I went there and he had no third base. So I was like, okay, maybe he's going like 2-base heavy, like 2-base Colossus or something. But it's always hard to know with hero, especially how much he has like in the back, because you never really know how committed he is doing these pushes. So, for example, when he had all the Zealots, Immortal, Sentry, Stalker in front of my base, and a Prism in my main, and he was attacking me when I was on 2 bases. In my head, I was like, okay, he has to be pretty committed to attack a Terran that's just sitting on 2 bases. But I guess he was not even that committed at that point, so I was in a really bad spot. Yeah, it's just very hard to judge those games, and yeah, I was a bit lost in what was happening in that one.
Well, that's really impressive, because I feel like in these games you can't know, right? There's a bit of guesswork, like, oh, I think he's maybe about this economy, maybe I've still got a chance. I do think, you know, if he warped in a few more Dark Templar in your main, you probably lose, because you just have no scans at all left and stuff. But like, you know, you're still stuck in your corner. He's on 4 base. You're like trying to take your third. It's a terrible spot. What I think I was so impressed by is there was a point where you counterattacked, you know, like below the ramp to his third. And if you stayed there another 20 seconds, he's going to wrap that army up, you know, flank you with Zealots, crush that army, and you were already far enough behind. If your army didn't pull back when it did, I'm pretty sure you lose that game. So I was very impressed, because I've seen so many players overstay in a game like this because you don't understand where you are, because you've been defending for so long. But I think you showed a few moments like that throughout that game where you just kind of pulled back your army. Is it just like a sense where you go, look, I'm not killing stuff right now. Sitting here is dangerous. Like, is there like a timer in your head whenever you're attacking where if you're not like actually doing damage, you kind of just go, we've just got to go home and like wait for the next timing to be available because sitting on the enemy side of the map is dangerous?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like the longer I sit near his base without doing anything, then the longer he has like time to warp in some more stuff, get some more colossus out or anything he's making, and then if he clears my position up, then it's usually um very very bad. So yeah, at that point when I was pushing towards his third base, I don't know, like I got force fielded like once or twice. He picked up a few units. Then I saw a Colossus pop. I was like, okay, there's nothing I can do anymore. And then he also had a huge army at that point when I was scanning. So I was like, okay, I can't do anything anymore there. But yeah, I think that game, it kind of came down to the big drop like that I did on his fourth base. I think like because without that drop, I think I probably lose. But then he tried to recall on that base, and he recalled like one Colossus, a few Immortals, a couple of Stalkers, and I killed the base. And also the trade after that, when he recalled, was probably not that bad for me because I killed the Colossus. And at that point, my Viking count was super low, so I had no other way to kill the Colossus. So yeah, it was a little bit lucky in that way. And I was just like, okay, I have to YOLO a drop or something, otherwise I'm screwed.
Yeah, I'm showing it actually for the audience right now on stream, that exact moment when he recalls. Because, yeah, I'm like, I forgot you did this. And I was like, well, this is what you need to do strategically, but also it's like the most desperate thing ever, right? Like, I'm just like, oh man,
Yeah, exactly.
you're so screwed here. But like, it was actually correct. Yeah, you got a Colossus, you dropped in the main. I think you got the second Colossus in the main as well, and then picked up again. So, like you said, I think what's so genius, which I didn't put together in my commentary in real time, and this is why we love talking to you guys, is, yeah, you didn't have an answer to the Colossus. Fighting front on, he could just pick you apart. So moving across at that moment, even though he got to kill a bunch of workers on your third, made you lift your command center, you lost your fourth command center that was building, had to cancel it, it allowed you to actually kill multiple Colossus, damage his income really well, and buy you the time to kind of stabilize at home. And it actually, like, you're still behind after that a little bit, but like you totally removed his income advantage, and it gave you the chance to play a slower game. Because if you didn't do damage at this point, I'm pretty sure he has a fifth. You know, he just gets a fifth up. He gets way out of control. You're kind of stuck in your corner, and it's that kind of waiting to die Terran feeling. So I was really impressed with how you did this one, man.
Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, sometimes in those games you just gotta do some crazy moves. Otherwise, if I just stay at home and try to defend and that's it, then he usually just goes, pushes with Colossus, allows good upgrades, and I just die. So yeah, some wild moves were needed, but yeah, it was a bit lucky, I think, that game in the end. But also was a fun one.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry guys, people are telling me Clem's a bit louder than me. No worries, guys. We'll turn him down. Obviously, it's about balance, guys. It's not Clem's too loud. It's just I haven't balanced the two of us, so just making us the same volume and fix that a little bit. Dude, last fantasy as well. Beautiful split against the Widow Mines. The Phoenix tried to do the kamikaze, and your Marine army just split in half at the last second. The Widow Mines hit nothing but Phoenix. That felt pretty good, but to even get to that highlight position, how'd you feel after the drop? Did you think you were screwed? You were ahead? You were behind? You killed 7 probes with a proxy starport drop? How'd it feel?
It felt like pretty like even-ish. Like at that point in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm probably either somewhat even or maybe slightly behind. But it's also hard because when you play those games, like I didn't exactly know how many probes I killed. Like I knew I killed a couple, maybe like from 5 to like 8 or something. But it's hard to know exactly how much damage you do in those situations. So I wasn't exactly sure, but yeah, in my mind I was like, okay, probably like even-ish in the game or maybe a little bit behind, something like that. But also it's always good to get like the scout as well. So like I know it's phoenixes, I can just make cyclones and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted there. Yeah, dude, it's kind of hectic. Did you expect him to go for the Zealot Phoenix counterattack? I feel like he's been charging into your natural a few times with Zealot Phoenix lately, maybe a few too many times. I felt like you were kind of on high alert and ready for it.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a tank, so like some sort of tank push. I think because he went charged pretty quickly. I did not expect that at all. That game, I was very surprised he did that. But I think it's because he went charged very fast to counter some kind of like early pressure, and that would be my guess. And then when he saw that I wasn't attacking, he was like, okay, maybe I can try to do something on the other side. Um, but yeah, that was in the end that went good for me because he tried to retreat, but then my cyclones were locking on his units and all that stuff. But also like just earlier than that, when I made the lib, like the liberator itself didn't do much damage, but then he scouted the twilight on his natural. So at that point I knew it was Phoenix Zealot. So then I could just go like Mass Marine, Widow Mine, Medivac. When I play Protoss and I do Phoenix Zealot and I play against Gabe, he always goes like Mass Marine Widow Mine. It feels really strong, so I tried it as well that game, and it felt pretty powerful as well. Um, Although it was unfortunate that I went +1 armor instead of +1 attack. I realized right when I was pushing, I looked at my eBay to make my armor upgrade, and I was like, hold on, I don't have my
Oh.
attack upgrade.
I was wondering why
like,
you
oh.
didn't have it. I didn't even notice the armor upgrade. Oh, I was like, damn, +1's not even
Yeah,
finished. I was like, this is crazy.
yeah. I just messed up my hotkeys. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, as a Zealot Phoenix enjoyer, I definitely also fear the Marine Mine. You know, I love spamming Zealot Phoenix and Mass Zealot styles, and it's as a counterplay, it exists to take care of a Terran who doesn't know you're doing it, right? It's to mix in to go, hey, you're building tanks, you're building ravens and tanks and cyclones, all the things that aren't just stim bio, right? But if you skip some of those factory starport units and you get the tech labs down on the barracks earlier, you just have more Marine Marauder, you have that factory on the reactor pumping mines. Because that's something I think a lot of players don't realize, which you know very well for the casual viewers. A reacted factory can build 6 Widow Mines a minute. You build, Widow Mines for 2 minutes, that's 12 Widow Mines.
Yeah,
Zealots don't want to fight that. That's crazy. So, like, your army was so scared. There was a moment where his Zealots tried to chase, and you start a step back, and the Zealot charge all finished. They were clumped. I think it was like 7-8 Zealots just disappeared to 4 Widow Mines. It was really well done.
Oh, thank you.
GG, well played, dude.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I cut you off just there. Was there something else you were gonna add?
No, I was just gonna say like add to what you were saying. Like if you know it's Phoenix Zealot, then you can just make a lot of Widow Mines. And also if you know that it's Phoenix Colossus, then you can make Reactor Viking, which I think is really powerful against Phoenix Colossus. So yeah, like the scouting is really important in that case. Yeah, just wanted to add to what you were saying.
Did you catch yesterday's games by any chance?
Yeah, I
The day
did. I watched
before?
Zone against Cure.
Yeah, Zone against
Yeah,
Cure.
I watched everything.
Because Zone against Cure was like, he beat the charge build with the reacted Viking build. I was like, oh, that's not meant to work. That was cool.
yeah. That was probably a good situation for Zone, but somehow Cure made it work.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm specifically like, oh, I've seen Clem do this, thinking Heroes doing Phoenix Colossus on El Dorado last map pool, and then he comes out with the Zealots, and you just have to like insta GG basically.
Yeah.
But, I think the numbers were different, where like Zaun was a little behind in that game, and then he only had like 3 gates or something, so it's very different, right? Charge and a Master Zealots does it very differently. But anyway, GG, well played. Last series you had to work so hard to beat Hero, dude. Like 4-3, and then you had to go straight into playing Serral right after that. So it's kind of good to knock him out of the way now. You're going to get through to that next spot, which is kind of exciting. So if we look at the bracket, actually, we can take a little look-see here. Let's bring that up on stream. So obviously, guys, as you can see, Clem wins this bottom match. He's going to go through now to play a very tough match against Serral. And Hero will be playing the winner of Bunny Mana, and obviously going to face Dark. So it's a rematch of last season's finals coming up as our second semi-final tomorrow. It's going to be a big match to prepare for. What are your thoughts? You're feeling ready for it? You're feeling pumped for another best of 7 against the big dog?
Yeah. That'll be fun. And yeah, I want my revenge as well from last time. So yeah, that'll be a cool match, hopefully.
Oh, it's always a cool match when you guys play. Sparks will fly. We will be entertained. We welcome the Pigstarcraft versus Terran experience, mate. So thank you very much. We're looking forward to your games then. I hope you prepare some fun strats, and really look forward to casting you tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thank you. See
GG,
you
well
tomorrow
played,
then.
man.